Okay, so the Denver Broncos just traveled to London as they'll be playing against the Jacksonville Jaguars at Wembley Stadium on Sunday. Russ missed last week's game against the Jets after nursing a hamstring injury, and what he said here in this interview after touching down in the UK is just hilarious.
I don't really get jet lag too often. I don't really, I've traveled enough to get, kind of get my system down. But yeah, for me, I was on the plane first 2 hours. I was, first 2 hours, probably 8 hours flight here. That's the first 2 hours I was watching the film, watching all the cut-ups and everything else. And then for the next 4 hours, I was doing treatment on the plane. I was walking up and down the aisles. Everybody was knocked out. I was doing high knees and working on my legs and everything else, make sure I'm ready to rock. So that was good. And then the last 2 hours the last hour of that, I fell asleep for 1 hour, and I watched the film the rest. So it felt good to go.
Okay, so this had social media trending, trolling Russ in another long line of cringy things the former Seahawks QB has been doing.
Let's ride. Let's ride. Let's ride.
Like honestly, if he doesn't come out of London with a win against Jacksonville, I wouldn't be surprised if the team took a separate flight on the way back home. Listen, I understand Russ is doing whatever he can to get right and back to his normal self, but he's got to get rid of all these cringy soundbites that have been dominating the internet. From being Mr. Unlimited to having Wolverine blood.
I heal quick. I don't know if it's Wolverine blood or what, but
Russ has sort of become a beat writer's wet dream. This guy will never miss an opportunity to give reporters a quote, which I guess is better than being stuck in the Siberia of sports journalism in Foxborough.
Yeah, I don't know.
But in any event, I seriously do hope for Russ's sake that he can get his team back on track, because these trolls online won't ever end. It's one thing if you're winning, like he did in Seattle, because most of us can overlook some of the corny takes or the non-stop Bible verses he tweets out every now and then. But to play at the current level he's playing at, Buddy is just going to be at the butt end of many jokes. So there's going to be a lot on the line in this game as Denver look to bounce back after a string of losses.